Hey guys, Jay here. So I was on my trip to AXPONA, one of the largest hi-fi shows in the world, as I've always done for the last few years, but this time I had a special mission from Audioholics head honcho, Gene. He asked me if I can find a promising speaker for under $5,000 and I was up for the challenge. I knew this challenge wasn't going to be easy because AXPONA is filled with very expensive high-end gear and speakers, more so than, affordable, reasonable priced gear and speakers. And the trip itself really started rough with me kind of getting lost at the airport again for the third time. But eventually I found my way. You're gonna make me click on locations. Okay, I think I got it. All right, where are you parked? Okay, sure. Hey buddy.
Hey.
I made it.
You made it.
I found you.
Hey, I'm just watching some Jay's audio live right now while
Oh, the
waiting for
wrong Jay.
Ziyagi.
The wrong
crap.
Jay.
Oh man.
Ah.
Oh man.
At least the view's nice. And it's a nice day. Right, Swat?
It's a great day for hi-fi.
So actually, right across from the room that I was staying in, it was the new Chesky LC1 speakers for just under $1,000. I heard a lot of hype surrounding these new speakers and thought, well, this is going to be an easy challenge. However, unfortunately, I wasn't all that impressed with this room. I love the aesthetics of this tiny bookshelf speaker, but it didn't sound quite right to me in this room. I thought it was just a tad bit too disconnected in how the tweeters sounded relative to the mid-range, and the bass seemed a little disconnected as well. Overall, me and my friends thought the sound wasn't as refined, but more of a fun sound that some people will appreciate. That room is actually across right from my room that I'm staying in. So that was the first room that we listened to, right? So
Right.
And so my impression of that room is that, look, a 16-year-old made it.
17.
Oh, is he 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, 17. I think that's awesome, right? It has that 3D kind of, it's not just any speaker, it has like dual, woofers on the side, a small mini monitor. He put some creativity there with like 3D printed, diffusing things.
This one?
The Chesky one, the one that's across from my room right here.
Yeah.
And my impression is like, it's not personally my preference, the sound, but I mean, it's a fun speaker. I think for the price, it's, and for a 17-year-old designed it, come on, like,
That's cool.
I think Polk, like the CEO of Polk and Botch helped him out, because he's the son of
Chesky Records.
yeah, Chesky Records.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's awesome. His father's into music production. Son's like, I'm gonna design speakers, and he's 17. I think that's dope. I saw the dude. He seems like a very good kid. Yeah. What the heck was I doing when I was 17?
Yeah, right.
So hate it or love it, I think the effort's like very good.
Yeah, gives you hope for the next
if he can do this
generation.
when he's 17, I can just only imagine what he can do when he's older.
Right.
So yeah. So after realizing that we have to continue our search, here's me trying to hype up my team as we were waiting for the famous, or infamous I should say, elevator at AXPONA.
You'd think after 4 years they get these elevators fixed, but nope. You never know. It's a crapshoot.
AXPONA, please, please, I beg of you. It's not a complaint. It's a
Suggestion.
It's a suggestion. Maybe the elevator needs
Gentle push.
and the stairs are 16 floors. So
You need some better signage in the stairs. You know.
Love you guys. Don't kick us out. Well, left, right,
Magico.
straight.
Going straight. Magico.
Ooh, this is a nice room. Ooh, look at that. So obviously Magico is not going to have something under $5,000, but still it was really cool to check out this room. Incredibly expensive, but incredibly impressive sounding room. And there were a few that was a standout to me, like this O audio speakers, for example, sounding incredibly dynamic and open sounding to me at this show. But again, we had to be mindful of the challenge given to us here, and so we were constantly looking for something under $5,000. And I'm not going to even lie, it was seriously hard to find something that was a true standout, and I was beginning to lose all hope. But then I ran into my buddy Nemo. Look who it is.
I am the king reviewer, social media influencer, Nemo Propaganda, #1 in the world. I have like 18 billion subscribers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all real. So Jay, here's $1 million question.
Yeah.
What are we eating tonight?
I don't answer questions.
Oh my God. Sir, listen, you're being detained right now.
You're going back to Canada.
No, not the
You're being
detained.
detained.
No
Turn around,
detaining.
hands behind your back.
No detaining, man.
Okay? You have a First Amendment problem over here.
Okay, but all in seriousness, like what's the best room so far for you?
Best rooms so far, it's tough. There's a lot of rooms are set up good. Some guys just have rooms that are challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? One room really impressed me.
Yeah.
Neil Blanchard design.
Okay.
He sells plans for the speaker.
Okay.
And with a couple $100 in parts, you source your own cabinet, wood, whatever.
Yeah.
This little 4-inch driver in the transmission line was doing 30 hertz.
Okay.
Legit.
Where is it?
Like
Where is it? And then so we were on our way to the room that Nemo was talking about with Nemo himself, and one thing I know about Nemo is that he is a subwoofer guy, so if he says it's good, then I can expect some deep bass. And for a few $100s, that sounded too good to be true, so I had to check it out myself. So we finally made it to the room, and I have to say I was 100% right about my predictions based on Nemo's preference. The bass in this room was not only deep and impactful, but the scale of the dynamics and the quality of the bass was nothing short of amazing, coming from these tiny little slim towers. They had more bass authority than some of the much larger towers at the show. Mid-range and treble was excellent, especially for a few $100s. If you are into DIY kits and plans, I would 100% check out this brand. Their flat packs are made out of birch plywood, which is usually used in much higher end designs, and crossover components were also excellent, as you can see here. One of the reasons these speakers can have such extended amount of bass was because it was a mass loaded transmission line, and for under $800 on some of these models, this was a definite standout for me, and my friends had a wonderful time jamming out to music in this room. So, couple $100. The slim one was couple $100. Nemo did not disappoint.
Yeah.
Nemo said it's great. It was great because he's the best reviewer in the world.
Right,
He's a
right,
pro.
Billion subscribers.
And one thing, in all seriousness, I know why he likes these. They have like FU bass for the sides.
Yeah.
Like that small 4-inch driver, like I was like,
If you guys didn't know, Nemo is a bass connoisseur.
and it's like
bass.
so the flat pack's few $100.
Yeah.
Um,
The drivers are just $150 for the drivers and all the crossover
so like
parts.
you're about like under $800. You can build that.
Plans were 100, so
I
if you're
mean,
overseas,
I'm gonna be honest, like it's not the most resolute that I've heard at the show.
Sure.
Obviously considering the price, but in terms of musicality and that smoothness and like just me wanting to be in there.
I'm sorry, did you notice the source was the Weem Pro? So you have to put that in perspective too.
Screw the Wii Pro, but I was actually really impressed with the Geshelli stuff, like the Daisy
Yes,
and the
yes, it was really
Seagull.
good.
Look, man, I was not always a fan of Geshelli, but I'm coming around. Like,
Yeah, their stuff's good.
that sounded really good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That's Dayton tweeter. Dayton.
Yeah,
Woofer, it's not-
mass loaded transmission line.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe a $5 tweeter.
For you
Right.
DIY guys out there, definitely check it out. Worth it. Were you impressed?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely for that size. What the fuck?
Yeah. Are you building a pair?
Oh yeah, I just talked to him. I think we're gonna
Nice.
do the Canadian
Yeah,
production.
Nice.
So I believed my challenge was over. Not only did I find something under $5,000, it was under $1,000, and I was feeling pretty darn good about that. So I was jamming out to some music in the Perlisten room with my boys, and this room sounded absolutely fantastic. I usually don't like Perlisten speakers because they're not really my taste. I find them a bit clinical for myself, but this room changed my mind. It sounded musical, and we stayed in this room for quite a long time, and I might review them in the future because I was wrong. I think they can be my taste when set up correctly with the correct gear. And then I decided to go and check out some drivers in the ScanSpeak room, checking out their different drivers, very high quality drivers as always, and I was just checking them out, having some fun, when I got the ultimate message from Gene saying, well, maybe DIY isn't what he was looking for. He was looking for a more of a finished product. So we were back to ground zero and my search continued. And again, I was having trouble finding anything remotely affordable under $5,000 that was a true standout. Not only did most of these rooms not have speakers under $5,000, but some that wasn't tickling my feathers. For example, we visited the Fosse room that had speakers for $550 a pair, but it was set up in a more relaxed living style fashion, and while their headphones were really impressive, their speakers didn't tickle my feathers enough to call it a winner for this challenge under $5,000. Sure, some of these really expensive rooms sounded really great considering the terrible acoustics in these rooms, and it was definitely worth a listen. But overall, me and my friends kept gravitating back to the rooms we loved last year, like Monocoustic room and the AGD with the Rosso Fiorentino speaker room. And to be honest, unfortunately, a lot of these rooms did not sound good to me at all, despite them costing a fortune.
Oh boy. What did you think of that?
That ripped my ears off.
Really? You didn't like that?
I did not like that.
I like that muscular
that?
mid-range. Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, the mid-range was, but the high frequency was a little bit, for me, like the upper mid-range.
Okay.
I'm sensitive to upper mid-range.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
So I thought that's the difference between $40,000 and $80,000 speakers.
Wow, you mean that 40,000?
And the 80, like those were better.
You thought those were better? Yeah, I thought those were better.
Yeah,
Really? I
so
prefer the
those are
cheaper
fun.
ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Look
I
at
guess
that.
I'm deaf, you know?
And just as I was thinking that all hope was lost, I finally came across this room, the RBH Sound room. The speakers they had set up was the 61 SFRM/R, and they sounded absolutely fantastic. The bass was thunderous with really nicely balanced mids and highs, and considering this was one of the smaller rooms, I thought the soundstage was massive and the scale of the dynamics were massive. I thought it was one of the best sounding smaller rooms at the entire show. I didn't even bother asking the price as I didn't think that this could be under $5,000. However, I was amazed once again when I was told that these were $4,400 a pair and right on the dot $5,000 a pair if you wanted them with HDF panels. And there were two additional plus points. One point for the fact that they are proudly made in the USA for those who care, and another point for the fact that Gene has been a long fan of RBH Sound speakers and owns their flagship speakers. I couldn't help but think, was Gene somehow able to predict this outcome? Was he trying to say something to me? And would the viewers think this is all staged, and did Gene put me in a headlock until I picked RBH as the winner of this challenge? Well, I am sorry to tell you guys, Gene does not know who the winner is as I am editing this. So, what did you think?
I like them better than the big ones.
Yeah, so you know what's the funny thing is, like, I went to the back to take the B-roll, right? They had the ports plugged.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, so that room is small. RBH Sound, from what I gather, just FU bass.
Yeah.
FU bass.
Yeah.
Like the textures, I want to stay there because it's like just massage. Engulfed in bass.
Yeah.
But yeah, really dynamic.
Those ones, I like the top end sounded much nicer.
Yeah.
It was much more balanced. They had imaging. The tall towers didn't have real imaging.
Well, because it's the smaller room,
Yeah,
so
and it's those sounded really good.
I think for $4,200 a pair, that'd be
Yeah.
nice in my living room.
Do we talk about the flagships?
No, yeah, I wish. Those are not $4,400 a pair.
And it's weird how life works. Just as I thought I had my winner for this challenge and was now celebrating by checking out these Morel speakers, that also was a standout personally for me, but they were also over $10,000. But this wireless speaker for about $500 sounded really good. I am probably getting one for the kitchen and as a present. But anyhow, I unfortunately came across this room, the Atohm and the Atohm room. Now the Atohm Sirocco bookshelf speakers were $2,400 a pair and the floor standers were $3,800 a pair. I was very surprised by this pricing as both me and my friend spent quite a bit of time here because we just love the sound. It was definitely an exciting, more transparent type of sound that was a different flavor from the RBH Sound room. So here I was caught in a dilemma that I didn't think I would have, but I knew I had to make a choice. The question was it the expressive, transparent Atohm room, or was it the more thunderous and meaty sounding RBH Sound room? Well, your winner may be different than mine, but as you all know, Jay loves that meaty, muscular sound. And so I'm going to say RBH Sound, but hey, it could have been the Atoms on a different day as again, these two speakers have a totally different sound profile to them. So thank you for coming along this journey with me, and thank you Gene for the interesting challenge. If you like this video, then consider clicking that like button and subscribe, and as a thank you, here's a footage of me jamming out to music in some dude's car. because AXPONA this year also had car audio stuff that was really cool. See you guys in the future videos, and until next time.